Hello there and welcome to another exciting episode of the Premium Passion Hub. My name is Viola Sasira and the team and I are bringing to you this episode from the Fast Sports Fusion in Bugolobi, Kampala, Uganda. This is Kampala's premier indoor sports arena where we have space for several things, including playing games like volleyball, basketball, football, and several others like kickboxing, as well as there is space for conferences, family gatherings, and friends and other people that you may want to get together. We also have space for bar and restaurant. So you are covered once you come here to the Fast Sports Fusion in Bugolobi in Kampala. We have so much lined up for you on today's episode, including updates from the Uganda Premier League, the Uganda Cup, the UEFA Europa League, the UEFA Champions League, as well as UECL transfers and so much more. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode, as well as a surprise guest on a glaring passion segment and our weekly motivation. For our weekly motivation this week, we talk about unplanned miracles. Thomas Partey, a Ghanaian and Arsenal midfielder, began his career at Korobo Youth in Korobo, Ghana. He joined Ashaiman Revelation FC and later played in the second division of the Ghanaian league. In his last season, the team was promoted to the first division of the league, and that's when his agent cracked the deal of a transfer to Spain to play for Atletico Madrid in 2012. He later went on to acquire honors like La Liga, UEFA Super Cup, UEFA Europa League, and Champions League runner-up with the team from Madrid. He later joined Arsenal, where he won the FA Cup plus Charity Shield and cemented his mark at the North London club as one of the best central defensive midfielders in the world currently, vividly helping Arsenal qualify for the semi-finals of this season's UEFA Champions League campaign. This shows that as we pray to God for different desires, He will always provide us with exceeding and abundant favor, more than what we plan for, with utmost faith and hope. For further reference, read John chapter 4, verse 38. I sent you to reap what you have not worked for. Others have done the hard work, and you have reaped the benefits of their labor. And now from the previous action, we have updates from the Uganda Cup, where Vipers SC was able to win their game against SC Villa, courtesy of a goal from Milton Karisa, and so many other games that we shall be showing you. From the English Premier League, Liverpool is left with just 3 points to be crowned champion for this season's English Premier League after a strong and hard struggle with Leicester City, where they defeated the team. And now from La Liga, Barcelona were involved in a 7-goal thriller against Celta de Vigo at home. And from other news, Xabi Alonso could become the next coach for Los Blancos in the next season, as right now negotiations are underway as well as talks of a contract. So we have so much more, and here it is from the recap. From the Uganda Premier League, Alan Okello's goal was enough to secure a win against Maroons FC to stay 5 points clear of NEC FC that won its game against Mbale Heroes, courtesy of goals from Cromwell Abang and James Jericho. There were also wins for Lugazi FC over Bright Stars FC, Police FC in a 2 win over Euro AFC, Express and UPDF settled for a 2-all draw. Let's now take a look at more Uganda Premier League results. From the Uganda Cup, Vipers SC won their game against SC Villa, courtesy of Milton Karisa's goal, Arthur Chigundu's goal against Bull FC that fired Chitara FC into the semi-finals. It was a 3-goal thriller in Karo Karunji vs KCCA game, as Clinton Kamugisha's goal was cancelled by Kasasiro boy Arafat Usama to go through to the semi-finals. Kataka beat Police FC in their leveled tie that had to be decided after a penalty shootout, as sport kicks by Marcus aka Biaflo and Sentamo saved the day for Kataka. The battle is on for Vipers SC, Chitara FC, KCCA and Kataka. From the English Premier League, Liverpool needs 3 points to be confirmed this season's English Premier League champions after their hard-fought win against Leicester City that was relegated courtesy of Arnold Thunderbolt. Aston Villa's 4 goals past the Magpies were damaged by a bonanza against Ipswich, was also dented by Crystal Palace after Izzy and Mateta classics in a 2-all draw after Arsenal being 2 up, courtesy of Kiwol and Trossard goals. Amram's men lost their 15th goal of the season as they confirmed Wolves' English Premier League status, courtesy of Salabia's free kick. There were also wins for Chelsea at Craven Cottage and Forest at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Liverpool now needs to avoid defeat against Spurs on Sunday so that they are confirmed this season's English Premier League champions, equaling Manchester United record of 20 English Premier League honours. Good news for Burnley and Leeds United, both at 94 points as they earn promotion back to the English Premier League with 2 games left to end of season. Let's now take a look at more results from the English Premier League. From La Liga, Barcelona were involved in a 7-goal thriller at home against Celta de Vigo, courtesy of a Rafinha brace, and goals from Ferran and Olmo, which fired them to go 4 points clear of Real Madrid that won its game against Athletic Club, courtesy of Federico stoppage. Dani Olmo was the key man for Barcelona's win against Mallorca, that was also in tandem with Ada's win for Real Madrid against Getafe. With El Clasico around the corner, Barcelona needs 82 points if Real Madrid loses or draws against Celta, and loses the El Clasico, or 85 points if the Catalans win against Valladolid, Real Madrid and Espanyol. Let's take a look at more results from La Liga. In other news, Xabi Alonso might become the Los Blancos coach next season as negotiations and contract talks have been ignited between his team and Real Madrid. This indicates that there is a slim chance for Carlo Ancelotti to remain at the Bernabeu next season, with interest from the Brazilian national team and other clubs. Brazilian and Wolves forward Matheus Cunha is most likely to join the Red Devils as negotiations are being held, and Manchester United are aware of the competition from other clubs that are interested in the player of more than $62 million price tag. Elsewhere, McLaren's Oscar Piastri won the Saudi Grand Prix and also tops the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen secured second after a penalty, while Charles claimed Ferrari's first podium finish in third position. There was also an unusual slow pace from Lewis Hamilton, leaving him 68 points behind leader, while Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly crashed out of the race. Let's all gear up for the Miami Grand Prix, slated for May 4th, 2025. For the next action in the Uganda Premier League, we have fixtures like Mbara City vs Snake FC. Let's take a look at more of these fixtures. In the English Premier League, Arsenal goes vs Bournemouth, Brentford vs Manchester United, Chelsea vs Liverpool, Man City vs Wolves. Here is a look at more results from the English Premier League fixtures. In La Liga, Real Valladolid vs Barcelona, Alaves vs Atletico de Madrid, Real Madrid vs Celta de Vigo. Let's take a look at more upcoming fixtures from La Liga. In UCL, Arsenal will be hosting PSG at Emirates and Barcelona will be hosting Inter Milan. In UEL, Athletic Club hosts Manchester United while Spurs hosts Bordeaux. In UECL, Real Betis hosts Fiorentina while Jurgen hosts Chelsea. Important to note, UEFA Champions League returns on the 29th of April 2025. Arsenal has previously played PSG 3 times in the Champions League, winning 1 game and drawing 2 games. The last game played last year in October, where Arsenal was victorious in a 2-0 win. Arsenal has an upper hand over PSG, but French teams have not been a walkover for English teams in Europe this season. Barcelona has previously played Inter 10 times, winning 5 games, 3 draws and 2 wins for the Italian side. The stats favour Barcelona, but this is a very interesting clash endowed with orthodox Italian defending skills against lethal Catalan attack at the semi-final stage. Now joining us in a glaring passion segment, we have got Bernadette Ndema, who is a communication specialist from the Office of the President and works at the Ministry of Kampala. She's going to show us her passion for sports as well as some advice on how we can keep fit as people growing up. Hello Bernadette, thank you so much for joining us for the Premium Passion Hub.
Hello Viola, thanks for having me.
All right, so we'll start off with a brief self-introduction. Your full name as well as your profession.
My name is Bernadette Ndema. Many people prefer to call me Bana or Bena. I'm a communications practitioner, very passionate about communication, the work I do, very passionate about life and sports. And I do communications in the Office of the President, Ministry of Kampala, Capital City and Metropolitan Affairs, particularly on a program dubbed Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program. So yes, I speak, write, talk for the program.
Okay. So what do you have as a plan in order to support the culture of sports within Kampala Metropolitan or Capital City as well as the rest of the country as a ministry?
Okay, I guess you already know about the ministry overseeing KCCA, the Kampala Capital City Authority, which is a mother to KCC, a football club. So that is one of the things that I could say, that I could point out. But let me go back to the Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area Urban Development Program. The program focuses on road infrastructure, building road infrastructure around the Greater Kampala Metropolitan area. It focuses on local economic development, and of course, that is where sports would come in. When we talk about local economic development, we talk about skilling centers. We can skill people in the youth, especially in sports, different sports, so they can earn a living from their sports. And then also you realize that at some of these functions and matches and all, there are many people who come in to sell merchandise. That is also under the local economic development aspect of it. But as a ministry, of course, there is things like sports tourism around the Greater Kampala Metropolitan area and the Kampala as a whole. So yes, the ministry would look very, very keenly in improving sports around the Metropolitan and Kampala as a whole.
So what would you say about Uganda's participation in the sports culture that is actually global? Do you believe that we have made strides, or do you think we still have a lot of work to do from your observation?
Of course, we can do better, but we are better than where we were before, in my own opinion. There's a time I was in Egypt last year, and when I would say I come from Uganda, they would not talk about Idi Amin or anything like people would always expect. They would talk about the Uganda cranes. So that would light me up. That shows that we're going global. And if the Uganda cranes keep the flag fanning and the fans keep hyping them, and management, FIFA and all keep helping them and supporting them in the most appropriate ways, we'll go very far.
All right, that's nice to know. So Bernadette, I would like to know about your passion for indoor cycling. I understand you have a passion in that area. So what would you say about it, your experience with it, as well as why would I want to take part in that, just a regular viewer?
Okay, for indoor cycling, I think I could go a whole day talking about indoor cycling. But yeah, my passion for indoor cycling must have been 6 years ago. I used to be a big fan of dance fitness. Okay. So I did a lot of dance until I needed to mix it with something else. Of course, there's strength training. I'll do some boot camps here and there, but I loved dance, but I needed something better because, not better, something else to spice up my workouts. And then also dance was having high impact on my knees. So I needed to tone it down. So I started indoor cycling. There's a time we had a dance and indoor cycling challenge. So I tried out indoor cycling, and there's a gentleman called Richard who trained my sister and I. My sister is also a big fan of indoor cycling, Sylvia. So I started slowly getting used to it until it became almost addictive, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I would encourage many people to do it. It's low impact on the knees, yet very, very good it's a good cardio workout. It's good for sweat, you break a sweat. It's safe. You know, our roads are not yet up there when it comes to cycling lanes. So
yeah, you almost ask why you don't do it outside.
No. First of all, I'll be very honest that I don't know how to ride a moving bike or bicycle. I'll be very honest.
That comforts me because I don't know either.
You don't know, but it's something that it's on my bucket list. So okay. I'll one day try a moving bicycle since I can do the cycling indoor.
Yeah.
But also I'll use this chance to talk about Rama Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a kalango for Rama Fitness, unpaid for. But I'll give them their props because it's a beautiful, beautiful family. There's a coach, a young coach. Actually, he started right here with cycling in Bugolobi at Ultimate Fitness next door. So he's a very wonderful coach, very young, talented, and he's built a lot of clout around him, and we love working out with him. I would also give props to Coach Brian. Coach Brian also does a lot of cycling, and he's a wonderful coach as well, but stationed majorly in Nalia, Trash Fitness and Fitness Junction. Coach Rama, Paradise Fitness, Acacia Mall, and Fitness Junction. So if there's anyone who is really interested in a group workout, I would really recommend, because of course, as an individual, speaking from my experience, I get lazy working. I'm a very social being. I would relate myself to dogs and a park. They love living in parks. So I also love working out in parks. So when I sit down, someone will shout my name, get up the bike, ride, and then we keep going. So you break a good sweat with indoor cycling. So I could go on and on about it, but for lack of airtime, yeah, I'll stop there.
But it's nice. I believe you've inspired many people that are watching to try out indoor cycling. Okay, so let's look at sports, just sports in general, including athletics and other stuff like that, gymnastics. Who is your favorite Ugandan athlete, as well as on a global stage? Who's your favorite?
I'll go with Joshua Cheptegei. He's very smooth on the track. He's very humble, from composure. I've not spoken to him or met him, but maybe one day I will. But he's very humble. He's not pompous. Even when he comes out fast, when he wins, he's not all like, yeah. He's so calm and collected. And yeah, that one is really Uganda for me.
Absolutely. And globally?
Globally, I would go with Simone Biles.
Oh, that's
yeah, a petite gymnast, very, very smooth. Like you blink an eye and she's flipped over and gone all over the place, and she's not tripping and falling and da. So I'll go with her.
All right, that's nice. So let's talk about local sports. Do you support the Uganda Cranes?
100%.
When did you start supporting the Uganda Cranes, and who would you say was your favorite person at the time when you began?
I started my pure love for the Uganda Cranes like 9 years ago. Honestly, it was no one who drew me into loving the Uganda Cranes, but patriotism. I would just go to support. Actually, I used not to watch the live matches. I would follow on TV, and I would be, oh my God, like my heart is in my hands for the Uganda Cranes. So No one drew me into it. I didn't have a favorite player at the time. I just saw Uganda on the match, and it is Uganda playing, whichever country it was. So it wasn't more about which player is playing what. I just wanted to see a goal for Uganda. I wanted to see Uganda on the turf. Yeah.
That's good. And I know that we've been trying, as Uganda Cranes get into the World Cup. We recently had the Uganda Under-17 men's team get into the World Cup. And so I just wanted to understand, how do you feel about African teams being in the World Cup, even though they're not Uganda, and the most recent being Morocco in the World Cup, and now as we head into the 2026 World Cup? What are some of your sentiments about that?
Of course, now getting away from patriotism, I'm truly African. So it comes to the same thing. Like this time, instead of my country, I look at Africa on the global scene. And then if it's not Africa, it's the underdogs in quotes, like countries that maybe Latin America and countries that have not had a lot of privilege, like the superpowers, say like Brazil and Argentina. I would die for those. But when it comes to Africa, of course, it's number one on the global scene, yeah, on my support list. Like if it's Senegal playing, say, Argentina, although I love both of them, I'll go with Senegal. I'll be like, yeah, the Black Stars, and you'd think I'm Ghanaian. But if it is Senegal playing Côte d'Ivoire, for example, then that is where the trick would be. But yeah, I think we are doing well. At least as under-17s are doing great. And the last match I watched of the Uganda Cranes in Nambole with Guinea was amazing. I remember there was a call by Aldrin in Subugasinia on social media, calling out the managers of the Uganda Cranes, the coach, to put two players. I forget the other name, but Alan Okello and another player. I don't get the name right. So when they played together, I really saw the sync. I saw like they could pass the ball up to each other and one would defend better, and it was a very entertaining one. So if only one day we can make it to the global scene in the World Cup, I think that would really, really be amazing.
I'm sure we shall someday. And now talking about local talent, so what's your favorite team in the Uganda Premier League?
KCC. I'll go with KCC. One, my employer definitely supports KCC. And also, I didn't know much about the Uganda Premier League and all until 2 years ago, when I'll say again, Aldrin Nsubuga Senior. Now, for some reason, of course, he's very passionate about football. Now, he drew me into KCC. He said, you need to watch this match between KCC and Bunyoro Chitaras. Yeah. So I went. Unfortunately, KCC was walloped, but it is okay. It was a nice game, but I still support them. I have their jersey and I wear it proudly.
Okay. So who would you say is your favorite footballer locally?
Locally? I'll go with Alan Okello. It's now like a cliche. Everyone is like, Alan Okello, even those who don't even know him, Alan Okello, because I mean, but I've watched him. He's also very smooth, very, I've not seen him up close. I've seen him on pitch, in action. I think he's very also laid back, like humble, but very, very, very talented. So I'll go with him. I remember, I think he's the one who scored a penalty in the last, I'm not so sure, but I remember he might have scored for us. And yeah, you also blink or look aside and Alan has gone places. You'll have to look for his number because, I mean, he's moving.
Okay. Do you follow the English Premier League?
Yes, I do, but
I
not as
expected you to
much.
come around wearing some jersey of some team.
No, actually, this is a jersey of Tough Girl Fitness. I decided to, I pulled out 2 jerseys. I pulled out Tough Girl Fitness and Uganda Cranes. But I went for Tough Girl because she's one of those coaches who's super, super talented, underrated in Uganda. Very petite. She can lift, I don't know how many kilograms of weights. She's a lady. She's one person that I really, really admire. And then I love her slogan, commit to inspire. So I decided to carry this and wear it. And I think I look smart in it.
You do? So does that mean you support Liverpool or Arsenal?
I support... why not Man U and Man City? I support Liverpool.
Oh.
One, because I think Liverpool, I actually started supporting Liverpool 3 years ago. No, I wasn't so into this English Premier League thing, I'll be honest. But I think they are not pompous. I think they play very well. I've watched a few of their matches, but don't ask me much about their players because I can't pronounce some names, though I know them. So by face, by look, by action. So yeah, I support Liverpool. Also the same reason as I support KCC. Aldrin again insisted that you need to watch Liverpool before other friends of mine were saying Man U, Arsenal, so I would support according to the person I'm with.
And what they know.
If I'm watching a match and Viola is supporting Man U, I'll go with Man U. But now I'm very settled with Liverpool. They lose, I lose. They win, I win.
That's really nice. So there is a lot of predictions that they will actually be champions. We shall watch and see.
Yeah, there's a big party coming, and I'm looking forward to.
You'll be a part of it.
I think I will attend. I'm looking forward.
That you'll fly to celebrate with them.
Yes.
Because they win. All right. So let's talk about your passion for working out and any word of advice you can give to someone that is struggling with keeping up. Works out today, disappears tomorrow. You know. So boost them up.
Okay. Working out is not about size. Actually, I could be fitter than Viola.
Absolutely.
But you see, different sizes, different. So anyhow, what I would tell people, what I would encourage people to do is find something you love to do. If it's walking your dog, walk your dog. If it's running, run. If it's walking, walk. It's very, very important to be very active. If you're sedentary, you're going to get non-communicable diseases. You know, people say that people who work out, people who go to the gym, especially people who go to the gym, go for recreational purposes, go to meet up people, go to just show off. But the truth is, one, it's therapeutic, like working out. It doesn't matter where. Whether it's playing with your children at home, running around, that's also working out, lifting weights, playing, maybe go play football, go play volleyball, go do something. I'll give personal experience. Around 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I had heart palpitations. And I would be at my desk seated, and I feel like my heart is about to jump out of my body. And one friend of mine called Frank told me I'm going to die young if I don't start working out. So I started with aerobics, I started dance, and the palpitations went away. No medical bill, no consultation bill. I only had to pay like a 20K. Do my aerobics, and I was healed. So I would really encourage everyone to work out, cut off the stress. Life is for living. You get endorphins. Forget about having only happiness in the bar. There's a lot of happiness in the field, in meeting people, in even just in the evenings. I see big daddies going to play in turfs, like these little turfs. Yeah, the ones of Chira have a turf, the one of who, then they go and play. At least the mamas are not worried anymore. They know that daddy is playing in the field and not hanging in the bar.
It really helps. Right, it's really been nice talking to you, Bernadette. And because this is a Glaring Passion segment, we like to watch our guests in action. So you can show us a bit of what you know from the sports world. We shall hand you a ball, and right there, you can show us what you know.
Who is the goalkeeper?
I am the one.
We go. Oh, wait,
let's go. And we have come to the end of our segment for this week for the Premium Passion Hub. We are the Premium Passion Hub, dedicated to sports edutainment for humanity. Before we exit, I just want to remind you of an exciting promotion where you have to go to our social media pages and let us know in the comment section what your predictions are going to be for several leagues. There you have to go to the Premium Passion Hub on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, as well as Instagram, and like, share, also comment with your predictions for the seasons of 2024-2025 for the Uganda Premier League, the Uganda Cup, the UEFA Europa League, the UEFA Champions League, and in that way you will stand a chance to win several prizes, including t-shirts, capes, television sets, as well as a chance to win a cash prize of 1 million Uganda shillings. We shall see you in the next episode. I am Viola Sassia.